Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, nerds, and welcome back to Talking to the People. Followed closely by taking a tour of the ship. We're going to talk to Samir.
How can I help, Commander?
Hey, Commander, something I can do for you? Does the decision we made about uncertified contracts satisfy your concerns? My concern wasn't satisfied. Won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs. But it's a step in the right direction, and that makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risks that uncertified contracts entail, by the way. I mean, I know that what we're doing is dangerous, but it's the best chance we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. I got some questions about navigation. Sure, ask away. I mean, it's kind of important that you understand what you're doing, so if I can help with that, I'm all in. Tutorial navigation. Okay, navigator, how do we get from system to system? Short answer is that you pick a destination on the star map and I make it happen. Interstellar travel takes time, sometimes weeks. It'll cost us sea bills for fuel and passage on a jump ship. But it's the only way for an outfit like ours to survive out there. We go where the work is. What intel can I get out of the system before choosing to go there? You have to make reasonably informed choices, I think. The star map makes political boundaries clear, so you'll know whose space we're entering. I've programmed the star map to lock out travel systems designated as no-fly zones. We're looking for work, not interstellar incident. Alright. Beyond political boundaries, the nav system will highlight political factions active in the system. That should give you a good idea of who's hiring. It's probably a good idea to check our reputation to local factions before ordering a long voyage. It's got to be more intel than just local politics. There is. As you select systems in the star map, you'll see a list of attributes the MercNet database associates with them. Attributes like black market or poor are clues to local stores' contents. The type of mercs we'll find in hiring halls, contracts we may be offered, and potential mission environments. If you hover over an attribute, the star map will display a longer description for you. Interesting. We have something else. Beyond the political factions attribute systems, perhaps the most important to watch for is the difficulty rating of the Merc contracts we'll find there. The MRB contains a standard rating system, so folks like us who are trolling the MercNet for jobs can weigh the risk before accepting contracts. Let me ask you something else. Sure, Commander, what do you want to know? What else can you tell me about the mechanics of space travel? I want to know it all. Well, the long answer is there are two types of space travel. Travel by dropship like ours, and travel by jump ships. Dropships travel under 1G of thrust, move from planet's orbit to jump points. Jump points are far outside the gravity well of the star, so traveling to and from the jump points takes most of our travel time. Sometimes weeks. Oh boy. Jump ships, on the other hand, are like ferries. They just sit at a jump point waiting for folks like us to latch onto their docking collar, and then we wait for about 5 days while they spin up their jump drives. 5 days, jeez. Once the jump drive is spun up, popping a dozen light years across interstellar space to another point takes nearly no time at all. First story is about pirate points that a jump ship can use. What are those? They're bad news, Commander. Difficult to locate and dangerous to use. I've heard of people using pirate points in desperate situations or covert missions. It's not worth the risk of a misjump. You won't find any pirate points on my star map, I can tell you that. Let's just avoid them. Okay. Do we always have to pay our way from system to system? Not always. You check the contracts list in the command center, you often find employers posting travel contracts. Travel contracts are how employers attract mercenaries to their system, by paying the outfit's travel expenses. Ooh. Now I know what you're thinking. Why not take the travel contract and then skip out on their mission for more lucrative contracts when we arrive? You can do that, Hot Rod, but we'll automatically get charged the cost of the jump. You know that old saying, there's no such thing as a free ride. Yeah, unfortunately, it's still true. Ask about something else. The star map confuses me sometimes. Why does it take longer to get to one place than another when the systems appear to be the same distance apart? Yeah, that bothered me too before I joined the Academy. Turns out that in real life, space travel isn't like what you see in the adventure holovids that Darius makes us watch. For starters, some stars are more massive than others. In the case of a really big star, you have to range pretty far afield to find a location suitable for a KF jump. And for us, that means a whole lot of molasses slow sublight travel before we can even dock with a jump ship, let alone ride it anywhere. Jump ship's charging times are the other half of the travel time equation. A jump ship's KF drive will take a few days to recharge after each jump. So if your destination is a few jumps away, well, you get where I'm going with this. And that's the long and short of it. Anytime we want to go from one system to another, we're talking about weeks of sublight travel coupled with a heavy dose of hurry up and wait. Exactly how much determines on how long the trips are going to take. Oh boy. Stores and hiring halls. What can I do while we're orbiting in system? Beyond negotiating a contract, most inhabitant systems maintain a hiring hall where you can recruit new mech warriors. Be sure to take a look. You never know what kind of talent you're going to find. Most systems also have merchants who can buy and sell hardware such as weapons, equipment, and mech parts. Sometimes even fully operational battle mechs too. Nice. A reputation with local faction will influence costs when purchasing equipment and hiring mech warriors. The better our rep, the better the deal we get, and the better the mech warriors who are willing to sign up for that with us. So, since there's nothing to do here, I don't think we're going to be buying any equipment here in this section. We'll do all that when we get to the next area. We'll do some missions, earn some clout, and do things there. She has nothing to tell me about that. Okay, so thanks for your help. Oh, now I can talk to her. I'm collecting stories from the crew. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm from a noble family like you. We're old money, made our fortune out in the Rassalag, then repatriated to the Torren Concordat after I grew up. I'm not sure if this is the kind of stuff you're hoping to hear, but we can talk about whatever. I'm not shy. Where is the Concord you're from? I grew up near Vandenberg. It's a nice enough place, I suppose. Do you like birds? Sure, I guess. And you love New Vandenberg. It's basically one big aviary. Something like 2/3 of the native fauna has feathers, flutters on the wind, and splatters its excrement across every available surface. Except that last part. Naturally, the original colonists adopted the feathery little monsters into the culture, and those of us who came after were kind of stuck with it. Statues, fountains, murals, you name it. Just a giant feathery pile of screeching Gideon birds. If the system had a motto, it would be Squawk. Cute. Maybe if I hadn't grown up with it. Where'd you learn to pilot a leopard anyway? The Tara Naval Institute on New Vandenberg. Well, among other places, it's a big campus. The low-gravity training station orbiting Lompoc was my second home for a time. D&I flight travel isn't usually open to civilians, but my parents had good credit back then, and they could name drop a Protector Koran. That'll get you pretty far in the Coronat, for a while anyway. The other cadets in my class weren't especially happy sharing air with the civvy, but they couldn't say much. I was nobility and they weren't. Everyone sort of kept me at arm's length, so I had plenty of time to concentrate on my studies. I got my certification in both dropship and jump ship operation in 4 years. Even tried working on a commercial jump crew for a while, once upon a time. People were fun, but it wasn't for me. The ratio of flying to violent jump sickness skewed hard in the wrong direction. Let me tell you about House Meyer. You're looking at it. My parents are both gone, blood cancer and heart disease respectively. Both treatable, but they were out of money at that point, so into the ground they went. Do you know my brother David, who ran off to serve in the Third Succession War and never came back? I'm so sorry. The galaxy was at war for nearly 200 years, Commander. People died. You don't need to apologize for it. And truthfully, I was never really that close to any of them. David was 13 years old, older than me, and had a foot out the door before I turned 3. My parents, well, they raised me by proxy. In the tradition of noble fashion, there was no real bonds there, even when I was young. None of this is to say my folks were bad people. They weren't. They were just doing what they knew. Their upbringing's about source just like mine was. Anyway, thought about my family. They're gone. I'm here. The end. So you got another question? So we'll get back to our duties. Your family came from Rasagul? It was a long time ago, but yeah. As my parents told it, we were landowners on Pomme de Terra. It's an agricultural world, sort of the breadbasket of the Draconius Combine. And yes, I know that the Pomme de Terra means potato. My ancestors came from the planet Potato. It took some time for me to accept that, but hey, here we are. Anyway, moving on, House Meyer's holdings were meager, but the value of the land was astronomical for my nobility. We were really very wealthy. And then the Third Secession War broke out, and the political rhetoric got ugly. House Meyer didn't want a single part of what was happening, so my ancestors emptied their accounts, and ran. As a rule, House Kurta really takes a dim view of nobles who cut and run. Words like traitor and defector start getting thrown around. In the Combine, you really don't want to be on the receiving end of allegations like that. I wouldn't be standing here today if House Calderon hadn't granted my ancestors asylum in the Concordiate. In all likelihood, House Meyer would have been wiped out before I was even born. That's rough, dude. Don't do that. Gotta go. Talk to you later.
Commander?
Well, we've only been on this for about 11 minutes, so let's take a quick tour of the ship. So, this is the store, apparently. I can get an SM, which is an auto cannon. Does 45 damage, has a very long range, generates 8 heat. It has a 90-meter minimum. Partial salvage of a Vindicator. Let's not take that. A Flamer. Now these things, you hit somebody with these things, and they take heat damage. Generates no heat to you. Does very little damage, but does like 10 heat. So, let's look at our max to see how much heat they generate. But a heat sink drops 3 heat a turn. So you basically use all the heat that 3 heat sinks would dissipate, go away. Plus they get 1 heat every time you hit them with one of these flamers, and they take some damage. That's pretty cool. This is a Jackson. 4 times 10 damage, 2 times 10 stability. Extreme range, minimum of 180. That means if they're closer than 180, you can't shoot them. Optimal 420, maximum 630 meters. Ooh boy, that's a good range. Alright, there's a laser. What are we selling? Small laser. Yeah, so this is what we have that we could sell. So we have an AC2 hanging out. We've got a Jackson, max range. We've got a large laser. Ooh, 40 damage. Medium laser does 25. A large does 40. So here's my plan, okay? There's some other cool stuff that we have, things we could get rid of, yada yada yada. Here's my plan. The exception of getting rid of the small laser did basically nothing. I'm going to go on some missions, contracts, right? And I'm going to get some clout in a new area. Let's take a quick look at our finances. This is the monthly cost of running, okay? In my experience with games like this, you want to keep a minimum of about 2 of these cycles worth of money on you at all times. You don't go bankrupt. But at the same time, once we learn about navigation, because if it takes us 2 months to get somewhere, keeping 2 months ain't gonna do us no good. So, oh, it's a minimum of 130 here and 110 here. So a minimum of 240. So 2 of that is 480. So it's half what we have just to pay the bills, keep the lights on. Right here, 240. Morale is good. As long as they get paid, it'll stay pretty steady. If they don't get paid, or we like dock their pay, you see, I don't get paid. Decker, Behemoth, Glitch, these 3 I took on the last mission. And the Medusa gets paid 26, which means she's probably, he or she is probably not as skilled as the other 3. Well, didn't go on the last mission, obviously not as skilled. So, but we're still paying this person unless we fire them, which we're not going to, because my character is injured and can't go on missions. Lame to me. What else do we got? Reputation. Everyone is indifferent to us. We can ally with faction when I think we get to the midpoint. Looks like we lost the morale with the pirates. We lost some morale with the Concord, with the Confederation. And we're at -5 with the Combine. Enemy of my family. And they got a 5 with Tyr because I ran from them. Only people who are positive with is the Magistrate of Conopus. Everyone else is like not really down with us. So, but that's fine. They're still, we haven't fully changed out of, you know, little here, little here, little here. It's just red is bad, green is good. Not really a big deal yet, don't think. Customize company. Oh, here's where we can pick our crest, which we have not done. It's currently this, because we didn't pick it yet. We can have a dragon face. We can have a two-handed kraken fight the star. I don't know. Artichoke. Battle axe. Let's see. We come from the sword. We're known as Hot Rod. So maybe a combination of like a sword and fire. They got something like that? Hot Rods Marauders. Interesting. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I like that. We'll call Hot Rods Swordsman. How about Hot Rod Swords? There we go. And then this is the thing here. No. Let's match the blue with this here. And that's a primary, a good secondary. Oh no. And then a good accent in black. Black and red. You want to look into that secondary right there. Yeah. Don't know if I like any of this. Looks like too much light blue. Darker blue, maybe. Nice sky blue. I like the darker blue for this one. Maybe like the lower section is like silver. Ooh, a nice metallic blue. There we go. Sure, we're going with blue. Hot Rods Swords. Let's go with Hot Rods Fire Swords? Yeah, that's fine. That should be fun. Alright, cool. Alright. Gonna take a look up at the star map. There's a travel contract to go where? Bellathrop, Detroit, And aloe. This is a small population. This is a medium population. Let's click this one, shall we? Travel cost 30,000. Time 12 days. If I mouse over the contract, this is half skull, half skull, half skull. Oh, it looks like to get to here, I have to go through here anyway. So let's take a travel contract, shall we? How do we do that? Let's go back. We're gonna go to contracts. We can get up to 229,000 in pay. We can get 3 of 14 salvage. Now here's the thing. We get no reputation, so who cares? But weapons and armor, especially mechs, are gonna come from good salvage. So they're putting us between a hammer and anvil. Commander, a mech repair facility is a juicy target. I agree, but it's only a half skull. It also includes travel. So let's see if we can't negotiate. Okay. I want more salvage pick. So if this goes up. Oh, that goes down to freaking. Oh, wow. What the heck? Oh, max salvage 3 of 14. We asked for no salvage. We asked for 3 of 14 salvage. 2 of 11. 2 of 8. Okay. We, oh, wow. Still need the money for salvage. So I think we are not going to try to negotiate without having some, oh, we're going to lose what little clout we have with the Magistrate of a Compass. So, I guess we're going to start out the next time accepting this contract, traveling to this place, and I guess defending something. Yeah, cool. Join me next time as we begin, in earnest, actually doing more missions. Goodbye, everybody.